Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. This is our last session here in the book of Romans, and we're excited to jump into it with you. And I want to start with this kind of question that we're all kind of thinking about, is what does tomorrow hold? What's the future going to be like? What's next? And we all kind of feel this level of uncertainty and worry about a lot of things that are coming in the future. We feel like we don't have control of the future. We don't know what's going to happen next. Even this year is a crazy year with a lot coming up. There's an election and all kinds of stuff that feels like it's out of our control. Even thinking about our careers, our families, all these things, what's tomorrow going to hold? And so today we're going to come to the very end of Paul's letter to the church in Rome, where he gives us some kind of parting words to assure us and give us confidence in an uncertain world with an uncertain future. And so if you're Paul, how do you wrap up what potentially might be the greatest work of writing of all time? Right? There's so many beautiful parts of this letter. How do you finish it up? What would be his final words? I'm sure those are going to be important. And he ends with what's called the Doxology. This kind of comes from two Greek words, doxa, which means like glory or splendor or wonder, and then ology, which we know means study of, right? So a doxology is to look at or examine or reflect on the glory of God. Think about how great and powerful and wonderful God is. And Paul did this a lot in a lot of his letters. He's done it a little bit in Romans, actually, but he's going to end with this doxology. And here's kind of the theme of this doxology, if I was going to sum it up. And it's kind of the theme of this little talk here, is it's all coming together. It's all coming together. If you want to read with me, Romans 16, 25 through 27. Now to him who is able to strengthen you according to my gospel and the preaching of Jesus Christ, according to the revelation of the mystery that was kept secret for long ages, but has now been disclosed, and through the prophetic writings has been made known to all nations, according to the command of the eternal God, to bring about the obedience of faith. To the only wise God be glory forevermore through Jesus Christ. Amen. And so Paul closes with this doxology here. And in it, his main theme is it's all coming together. If you want to write that down, make a note of it. It's all coming together. And so there's kind of two big points he's going to hit here. And the big points are this. Number one is it's all coming together for God's glory. It's all coming together for God's glory. This is a big theme of a doxology, is God's glory, right? And so this is a one big kind of long run-on sentence, actually. But if you want, really, here's the beginning and end of what he's saying. He gets maybe a little distracted in the middle, but he's just saying, now to him, to the only wise God, be glory forevermore through Jesus Christ. So to God be glory forevermore. He's the one that gets all the glory. It's all his. Every good thing comes from him. He gets all the credit. He gets all the praise, all the worship. So it's all coming together for his glory. And it's all coming together for our good. Everything that God does, and Paul's reminding us here, is for his glory and for our good. It's for our good. Paul says he's able to strengthen you. Well, how does God strengthen you? He says it there with the gospel, with the good news about Jesus Christ. This good news that we've been reading about and practicing for the last 16 chapters strengthens you. It helps you to live the life that God has called you to. He strengthens you with the revelation of the mystery. Paul talks about this sometimes in his letters, about the mystery that has been kept a secret for long ages. And he refers to this as the mystery, and that is that everyone is invited into God's kingdom and fellowship with him. Everyone can come and participate. Anyone can come and be a part of this family of God. Right? Think of those words. Whoever would believe in him. This is the mystery. Not just Jews, but also Gentiles. Every person from every background is invited to come and believe and follow and be a part of the kingdom of Jesus Christ. This is the mystery. That strengthens you. You're not an outsider anymore. You belong with God and his people. And he strengthens us by revealing himself to us so that we respond in faith. Did you catch that? This is according to the command of God to bring about faith. He strengthens us by showing us who he is so that our natural response to God is faith, is believing in who he is and what he's done. And so here's a big thing I want you to take away from this, is that you're not in control. You're not in control, and that's okay. I like this quote from Sharon Miller. If faith is believing in what we cannot see, control is the opposite. Control is choosing to trust what we can see, namely our own power, knowledge, and intentions. You are not in control, and that's okay, because God hasn't called you to control. He's called you to faith. God has called us to faith. And that means giving up control to the one who is in control. You're not in control, and that's okay. But the one who is in control is, as Paul says, the only wise God, who upholds the universe by the word of his power, who spoke the heavens and the earth into existence, the one who's before all things and over all things, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the resurrection and the life. That's the only wise God. You're not in control, and that's okay. But he is in control, and he's in it. He's in it with you. He's working through it. He's working in it, and it's all coming together for his glory and our good. So it's all coming together. Paul ends with this word of encouragement and worship. It's all coming together. The future will be okay. Even though you're not in control and you can't see it, it's all coming together. It's all coming together for his glory and our good. And that means we can rest assured with confidence that the future will be okay.